Hello, or welcome to the JS Self Care Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. I am your host, Janell, if you didn't know. I want to send a shout out to all the new listeners. I appreciate you and I appreciate the person that sent you here. And if it was me, then I appreciate myself. But I'm sure it was somebody that said, hey, you need to listen to this episode. So thank you for being here. And shout out to you, the person that has been tuning in faithfully, that has made the JS Self Care Mind, Body, and Soul part of your weekly routine. I see so many that do. That's super dope. It's like I'm slapping myself to think that, like, dang, I'm a part of somebody's daily routine. That you guys value this podcast so much that I never take that lightly. I appreciate you. If you can leave 5 stars and a review or some comments about this week's episode, that would be awesome. But most importantly, share it with somebody because there's somebody in this world that needs this episode. There's somebody in this world that needs JS Self Care Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. And they have no idea what JS Self Care Mind, Body, and Soul is or who Janell is. But by you sharing it with somebody, whether it's your dog, your cat, laugh out loud, your husband, your wife, your family member, your coworker, I don't care, your teacher, your boss, your client, just somebody, because you can be that hero in their life because they might really need this message. So I want to say I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Today's topic is the fourth agreement, which is always, always do your best by Miguel Ruiz. Whenever you do something, make sure you make it your business that you do your best. I know you may have heard the following sayings: do it right or don't do it at all. Don't half-ass do shit. Don't play the game of checkers, play chess. Those sayings basically mean if you're going to do anything in life, make sure you do your best. Do your best when you want to let go of the people who no longer serve you for the greater good. Do your best when it comes to not being a people pleaser. Do your best when it comes to self-care. Do your best when you begin your journey to self-acceptance. Do your best when you are implementing self-love. Do your best and don't think about the reward, meaning don't look forward to the reward you may or may not get when the job is done. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. How dope is that? According to Don Miguel Ruiz, there is just one more agreement, but it's the one that allows the other 3 agreements to become deeply ingrained habits. The fourth agreement is about the action of the first 3. Always do your best. Under any circumstance, always do your best, no more, no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next moment. Everything is alive and changing all the time. So your best will sometimes be high quality and other times it will be not so good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you're tired at night. Your best will be different when you are healthy as opposed to when you are sick, or sober as opposed to when you are drunk. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling wonderful and happy or just upset, angry, or jealous. In your everyday moods, your best can change from one moment to another, from 1 hour to the next, from one day to another. Your best also changes over time. As you build the habit of the 4 new agreements, your best will become better than it used to be. Regardless of the quality, keep doing your best, no more and no less than your best. If you try too hard to do more than your best, you will spend more energy than is needed, and in the end, your best will not be enough. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goals. But if you want to do less than your best, you subject yourself to frustrations, self-judgments, guilt, and regrets. Just do your best in any circumstances in your life. It doesn't matter if you are sick or tired. If you always do your best, there is no way you can judge yourself. And if you don't judge yourself, there is no way you are going to suffer from guilt, blame, and self punishment. By always doing your best, you will break a big spell that you have been under. By doing your best, you are going to live your life intensely. You are going to be productive. You are going to be good to yourself because you will be giving yourself to your family, to your community, to everything. But it is the action that is going to make you feel intensely happy. When you always do your best, you take action. Doing your best is taking action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. Most people do the exact opposite. They only take action when they expect a reward and they don't enjoy the action. And that's the reason why they don't do their best. For example, most people go to work every day just thinking of payday and the money they will get from the work they are doing. They can hardly wait for Friday or Saturday, whatever day they receive their money, and can take time off. They are working for the reward, and as a result, there is their work. They try to avoid the action, and it becomes more difficult, and they don't do their best. They work so hard all week long, suffering in the action, not because they like to, but because they feel they have to. They have to work because they have to pay bills, the rent, because they have to support their family. They have all the frustration, and when they do receive their money, they are unhappy. They have 2 days to rest, to do what they want to do. And what they do, they try to escape. They get drunk because they don't like themselves. They don't like life. There are so many ways that we hurt ourselves when we don't like who we are. On the other hand, if you take action just for the sake of doing it without expecting a reward, you will find that you enjoy every action you do. Rewards will come, but you are not attached to the reward. You can even get more than you would have imagined for yourself without expecting a reward. If we like what we do, if we always do our best, then we are really enjoying life. We are having fun. We don't get bored. We don't have frustrations. When you do your best, you don't give the judge the opportunity to find you guilty or to blame you. If you have done your best and the judge tries to judge you according to your book of law, you've got the answer. I did my best. There are no more regrets. That is why we always do our best. It is not an easy agreement to keep, but this agreement is really going to set you free. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself, but you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes. Learning from your mistakes means you practice. Look honestly at the results and keep practicing. This increases your awareness. Doing your best really doesn't feel like work because you enjoy whatever you are doing. You know you're doing your best when you're enjoying the action or doing it in a way that will not have a negative repercussion for you. You do your best because you want to do it, not because you have to do it, not because you are trying to please the judge, and not because you are trying to please other people. If you take action because you have to, then there is no way you are going to do your best. Then it is better not to do it at all. No, you do your best because doing your best all the time makes you so happy. When you are doing your best just for the pleasure of doing it, you are taking action because you enjoy the action. Action is about living fully. Inaction is the way that we deny life. Inaction is sitting in front of the television every day for years because you are afraid to be alive and to take the risk of expressing who you really are. Expressing who you are is taking action. You have great ideas in your head, but what makes the difference is the action you take. Without action upon an idea, there will be no manifestations, no results, and no reward. Taking action is being alive, is taking the risk to go out and express your dreams. This is different than imposing your dream on someone else because everyone has the right to express his or her dreams. Doing your best is a great habit to have. I do my best in everything I do and feel. Doing my best has become a ritual in my life because I made the choice to make it a ritual. It's a belief like any other belief that I choose. I make everything a ritual and I always do my best. For example, I made talking to myself in a mirror a ritual. I tell myself how amazing I am, how I am my own strength, and how much I love myself every day. I do my best when I talk to myself in the mirror. It's empowering for me. Create a ritual that empowers you. God is life. God is life in action, the best way to say it. I love you, God, is to live your life doing your best. The best way to say thank you, God, is by letting go of the past and living in the present moment, right here, right now. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. If you live in a past dream, you don't enjoy what is happening right now because you will always wish it be different than it is. There is no time to miss anyone or anything because you are alive. Not enjoying what is happening right now is living in the past and being only half alive. This leads to self pity, suffering, and tears. You were born with the right to be happy. You were born with the right to love, to enjoy, and to share your love. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. Don't resist life passing through you because that is God passing through you. Just your resistance proves the existence of God. Your existence proves the existence of life and energy. We don't need to know or prove anything, just to be. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. Say no when you want to say no, and yes when you want to say yes. You have the right to be you. You can only be you when you do your best. When you don't do your best, you are denying yourself the right to be you. That's a seed that you should really nurture in your mind. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You don't need the acceptance of others. You express your own divinity by healing, by being alive, and by loving yourself and others. It is an expression of God to say, "Hey, I love you." The first three agreements: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, and don't make assumptions will only work if you do your best. Don't expect that you will always be able to be impeccable with your word. Your routine habits are too strong and firmly rooted in your mind, but you can do your best. Don't expect that you will never take anything personally. Just do your best. Don't expect that you will never make another assumption, but you can certainly do your best. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. You don't need to judge yourself, feel guilty, or punish yourself if you cannot keep these agreements. If you're doing your best, you will feel good about yourself, even if you still make assumptions, still take things personally, and still not be impeccable with your word. If you do your best always, over and over again, you will become a master of transformation. Practice makes the master. By doing your best, you become a master. Everything you have learned, you learn through repetition. You learn to write, drive, and even talk by repetition. You are a master of speaking your language because you practiced it. Action is what makes the difference. If you do your best in the search for personal freedom, in the search for self love, you will discover that it's just a matter of time before you find what you are looking for. It's not about daydreaming or sitting for hours dreaming in meditation. You have to stand up and be human. You have to honor the man or woman that you are. Respect your body, enjoy your body, love your body, feed your body, clean and heal your body, exercise, and do what makes your body feel good. Your own body is a manifestation of God, and if you honor your body, everything will change for you. When you practice giving love to every part of your body, you plant seeds of love in your mind, and when they grow, you will love, honor, and respect your body immensely. Every action then becomes a ritual in which you are honoring God. After that, the next step is honoring God with every thought, every emotion, every belief, even what is right or wrong. Every thought becomes communication with God, and you will live a dream without judgments, victimization, and free of the need to gossip and abuse yourself. When you honor these four agreements, be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best together, there is no way that you will live in hell. There's no way. If you are impeccable with your word, if you don't take anything personally, and if you don't make assumptions, if you always do your best, then you are going to have a beautiful life. You are going to control your life 100%. The four agreements are a summary of the mastery of transformation. You transform hell into heaven. The dreams of the plant is transformed into your personal dream of heaven. The knowledge is there. It's just waiting for you to use it. The four agreements are there. You just need to adopt these agreements and respect their meaning and power. Just do your best to honor these agreements. You can make this agreement today. I choose to honor the four agreements. It's so simple and logical that even a child can understand them. But you must have a very strong will to keep these agreements. Why? Because wherever we go, we find that our path is full of obstacles. Everyone tries to sabotage our commitment to these agreements, and everything around us is a setup for us to break them. The problem is all the other agreements that are a part of the dream of the plant, they are alive and they are very strong. That's why you need to be a great hunter, a great warrior who can defend these four agreements with your life. Your happiness, your freedom, your entire way of living depends on it. The warrior's goal is to transcend the world, to escape from this hell and never come back. We really need to use every bit of power we have to succeed in keeping these agreements. I didn't expect that I could do it at first. I have fallen many times, but I stood up and I kept going. And I fell again and I kept going. I didn't feel sorry for myself. I said, if I fall, I am strong enough. I'm intelligent enough. I can do it. I stood up and kept going. I fell and I kept going and going. And each time it became easier and easier. Yet in the beginning, it was so hard, so difficult. So if you fall, do not judge. Do not give your judge the satisfaction of turning you into a victim. No, be tough with yourself. Stand up and make the agreement again. Okay, I broke my agreement to be impeccable with my word. I will start all over again. I am going to keep the four agreements just for today. Today I will be impeccable with my word. I will not take anything personally. I will not make any assumptions, and I am going to do my best. If you break an agreement, begin again tomorrow and again the next day. It will be difficult at first, but each day will become easier and easier until someday you will discover that you are ruling your life with these four agreements, and you will be surprised at the way your life has been transformed. You don't need to be religious or go to church every day. Your love and self respect are growing and growing. You can do it. If I did it, you can also do it. Do not be concerned about the future. Keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. Just live one day at a time. Always do your best to keep these agreements, and soon it will be easy for you. Today is your beginning. No matter what you do, make sure you do your best. The fourth agreement is very important. Do your best. Never half-ass do anything. If anything in this episode resonated with you, take the best foot forward and schedule a life coaching session with me, Janell, the founder of JS Self Care, at jsselfcare.org. Let's put you first because self-care is dope. It's party time. Get up and dance. Make sure we are connected on Instagram at JS Self Care. Don't forget to share this episode. Leave a review and rate this episode. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening on purpose, and always do your absolute best. We are not here to play checkers. We are here to play chess. Do your best.